video. What's that now we today? What's that now we today? Good morning guys, and welcome to another video. I always have the best intentions of filming these like at my desk or at the kitchen table or on the sofa, and then I just forget, and it's almost like me getting into the car for the dog walk or getting out of the car for the dog walk is the cue to film for YouTube. Which, yeah, let me know in the comments if you would like to see a change of scenery, or if you actually quite enjoy these like walk and talk type videos or walk and talk type segments, I suppose. But yeah, first week of half marathon prep is in full swing, or has started. I had my first session yesterday, which was a threshold run, which went really well. All thresholds were held sub 5 minute kilometre pace, at sub 5 minute kilometre pace, apart from the last one, which was an 8 minute effort, which was held at an average of 5:04. So still very, very happy with that. Today we have upper body on the programme. Sat and worked this morning, checking clients in, making sure they're okay, catching up with a few other clients who don't have their check-in on a Tuesday. Then had the usual coffee date with Mr. Fitchett, and now I'm out for my dog walk. So yeah, heading into the gym after this and training upper. We have got, I can't even remember, I actually had to go and look there because I couldn't remember. We've got a bench, we've got bench, we've got pull-ups, we've got shoulder press, lat raise, a row machine of choice, and then we've got some biceps and triceps to finish off. So yeah, a nice gentle upper body session. When I say gentle, I'll still go heavy, but like intensity wise or impact wise, I've been training like, for obviously Copenhagen, I was training more like Metcon style, like high intensity, high heart rate, high impact stuff. So going back to like more strength and hypertrophy style training is quite gentle on my body in comparison. So yeah, so we've got that today. Wednesday we've got a run, Thursday we've got lower body, Friday we've got trails, and then I've got the weekend off this week. So yeah, let's go train upper body. Hello, Cassandra from the future here. I'm sat editing and I realised that I've just filmed. I've not spoken to you really. I think I filmed on Monday or Tuesday. But yeah, went for a run on Monday, trained upper on Tuesday, went for a run on Wednesday, trained with Tina, one of my friends, on Thursday at her home gym. And then currently it is Friday about lunchtime, and I went for a trail run with Wilma and Helena this morning. So that's what my week of training has looked like, yet I've not spoken to you. So you are about to see some footage of Tina and me training, because runs are just very difficult to film, isn't it? Bouncing up and down doesn't make for very good content. But yeah, so I never filmed like a little intro for my workout with Tina, so here it is. Just Cassandra from the future. Yeah, you're just a way to see Tina and me do a bit of a lower body session, which I thought, I don't really have any DOMs from training legs, but going up the trails this morning, yeah, I could definitely feel it, feel that. So yeah, a little bit of training with Tina, and then tomorrow, and I don't know how much time I will have in the morning to speak to you about that. If I do, I'll probably cut this bit out, but if I don't, then I have introduced what we're doing on Saturday. So Saturday, Wilma and me are going to like a second-hand shop, not too far away from where we live. It's a very good second-hand shop. Everything's clean, everything's washed, very reasonably priced, so you can find some really nice things. So we're going for a little potter around there. The reason for us going there, and I've not spoken about this, or we've not spoken about this on socials, so let's see if this makes the cut. I'll have to run it past Steve first. Yeah, the reason Wilma and me are going there is because of the wedding. So Wilma is one of my bridesmaids, hence why she's coming, but we have decided to keep planning the wedding for next year, but also in addition to that, we are getting married this year, for one specific reason that I'm not going to dive in too much, but yeah, we're just basically wanting to make sure that everyone we love has the opportunity to see us get married, and there might be, we don't know what the situation will be next year, so hence why we've decided to do just a civil marriage, or a civil wedding, if that's what you call it. This year it's not going to be anything fancy. It will be immediate family. So my mum, my dad, my brother, sister-in-law and the boys, Steve's sister and her boyfriend, and then Vaughn and Rona, it will be Steve's best man, Haley is my maid of honor, and then Wilma, who is my bridesmaid. So yeah, that is happening this year at the end of May, so very exciting. Not that long left until D-Day, I suppose. But yeah, so the reason why we are going to the second-hand shop is to find hopefully some pretty but relatively okay priced what's it called, like plates and little plates, and maybe like some glasses or some cutlery or something like that, because I think we'll at most be 15 people. So yeah, and we're just doing it where we live. So we live as part of like a farmyard, and we rent a house on the yard, and the yard is right next to, I'm sure if you follow me on socials you will know this, but the house is right next to a lake, and the owners own a piece of land just down from the houses, that is right by the water, and I could honestly not think of a prettier place to get married. So that is where the ceremony will be. And then after that, we are just having a barbecue and a couple of drinks. I'm gonna bake a cake or two, nothing overly fancy. It is literally just to celebrate the marriage between Steve and me in a very low-key way. And then next year is when the big wedding is. Yeah, the full shebang, the dress, the suits, the flowers, everything. We are having a photographer for this wedding, so we've managed to secure the same girl for both weddings, and she is coming to take pictures, because although it's a small and a low-key wedding, it's one thing that I said to Steve, like, I really don't want to cut back on the photographer, because I'm very aware that wedding photographers aren't cheap. However, we are going to have those pictures for the rest of our lives. So yeah, happily, I'm happy, or we're happy to splurge on that a little bit. And it's not because it's a small wedding that I don't want it captured, or those moments captured. If anything, it is the official like first wedding, like our wedding date will be this date. So yeah, I wanted it, or we wanted it, captured. So yeah, anyway, that was a very like long-winded rant going from training to a wedding chat, but it is the reason why we're going to the second-hand shop, just to find hopefully some pretty things. So yeah, follow along on a little bit of training with Tina and a second-hand lunch date with Wilma. gonna say hi to YouTube? No, you're more interested in your toy. Fair enough. Hello everybody. As you will have gathered, I got zero footage at the second-hand shop because it was mobbed. There was so many people. You actually queued, and what felt like queued throughout the store to look at things. Like you were just following the same person, it felt like. And then by the time we got out, I actually said to Wilma, I didn't film anything in there. I was meant to film for YouTube, but I didn't film anything. And then we drove back into town and went to the cafe. We call it the cafe. It's just the best cafe in town for lunch, and we ended up yapping for 3 hours. Yeah, we sat down at, I think she said we sat down at 12:30. We left at 4:20. So yeah, I didn't film anything of that either, mainly because I forgot, but also in hindsight there was just a lot of people around and it would probably have just been a little bit awkward. So instead I thought I could show you what I got at the second-hand shop. So as I said earlier, the reason for this trip to a second-hand shop was to get stuff for the wedding this year. It's down by the lake, very informal. I quite like the idea of like mix and match stuff. It doesn't have to match, it doesn't have to be perfectly pretty. So yeah, let's go through the stuff that I bought. First up, I bought 12 very basic Prosecco glasses or champagne glasses or cava glasses, whatever you want to call it. There's 12 of them. We have 3 in the cupboard, which takes it to 15, so everybody has a glass on the day. Again, there'll be 12 looking like this, and then 3 looking a little bit different, but that's, again, I am totally fine with that. So yeah, 12 of these for 120 crowns, which is about £10 for 12 glasses, so I don't think that was too bad. Let's put this on the floor. What's this? It's a wine glass. You can't have that one. No, you can't have that one either. Yeah, so on the wine glass front, she's shoved her head right in that bag. On the wine glass front, the wedding is going to be on a Sunday, so very aware that people either have to travel back to the UK on the Monday, or will be working on the Monday, so it's not going to be a massive booze fest, although a glass of Prosecco might be consumed at the reception, and then maybe a glass of wine might be consumed at the meal. So we're just doing a barbecue for the meal, so people might want a little glass of wine with their food. We have, if I calculated right, 11 wine glasses here at home. We're going to have max 15 people attending, 2 of which will be children, so won't be needing wine glasses. So technically 13 would do, but I saw these 3 and I thought they're just really nice, like just additional wine glasses, I suppose. So yeah, I got 3 of these lovely little wine glasses for 75 crowns, which is, I've got to do maths in my head, about £6, so £2 a glass. Again, don't think that's too bad, and they're very pretty. I then got some extra, just like water glasses, or if people want like fizzy juice or whatever, normal glasses. Again, we have some at home, mix match is fine. But yeah, I got 4 of these and then 4 of these small ones because people might only want a small glass, or for the kids this could be good. I don't think people are overly bothered if they have a small glass to drink their water out of. They can just fill it up again. Yeah, these were 10 crowns each, so that's what, 80p. And I got 4 of them, and then these 4 were 4 for 25 crowns, which is £2. So 4 for £2. Again, I think that's a very good price. So yeah, I got 4 of these and 4 of these. I then got 12 of these just for the cake. So I have a very similar like, what's that called? Little plate. I have very similar ones in the cupboard, 12 of them, but I needed like, what, 3 more? And I could have just taken my small plates out of the cupboard, but these were 12 for 65 crowns. So that's what, £5? 12 of these for £5. And I know that if I put these in the cupboard, we'll use them throughout the year. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, with any of this, we would probably use it throughout the year, but I think I'm just going to make a box to keep in like the utility room for if we have parties or if there's a larger number of guests coming. So yeah, these for the cake. And then for the main meal, I said to Wilma, I quite like the idea of like mix matched old school, like old type plates. The plates we have currently at the house are just like grey from like Dunelm a couple of years ago. Before I moved, I bought those. And they're not really like old school. I'm sure you're picking up a vibe of like, if you're Swedish, but this is like, this reminds me of my grandmother. Like, these glasses remind me of my grandmother. These types of plate, again, remind me of when I was little and we had dinner at my grandmother's. But yeah, I bought 5 of these. They were 15 crowns each, so that's what, £1.20 each. So again, I don't think that's too bad. I did say to Wilma, like, I would love to find like the old school type plates. I don't think you get them in the UK, but in Sweden, like, they're like blue and white, or like green and white, like they're white but with like green or blue ornamental painting on it. Again, very old school but very pretty. So yeah, I got 5 of these, and then I got a little bit of extra cutlery because the cutlery we have at home, I think there's 8, I think. There was 4 in each set, and there's 2 sets, I think, if at most 10. So falling a little bit short. So there was a set of 6 each, so 6 knives and 6 forks. Again, very pretty. There was 60 crowns each, so 120 crowns for the set. Again, it's about £10. So for a set of 6, again, I don't think that's too bad. And then lastly, I got like a cake cutter and fork, because I just think it's nice to have a nice cake cutter and fork for your wedding, because this one will then always remind us of the wedding. And I think these will probably be used again at the wedding next year, just because they're so pretty. Don't know if you can see that, but so pretty. And this was 60 crowns for the pair, so about a £5 for the pair. So I think all in all, I spent about 630 crowns, which is just shy of £50, but I got all of this: 12 Prosecco flutes, 3 wine glasses, 8 glasses, 12 little plates, 5 big plates, a cake cutter and fork, a set of 6 knives and forks. Oh, and then I got this, not wedding related at all, but I walked past it twice and picked it up twice, and I just thought it was very pretty. I said to Wilma, I was like, maybe you can use it as like a vase, but you'll only fit like 1 flower in it, or you can pour juice in it, not very much, it probably be enough for like 3 glasses or something, or it could just be ornamental and it can just be very pretty. And it was a £5 again. Yeah, very chuffed with that. I think that's very pretty. Yeah, so that was my little charity shop, is that what you call it? Loppis, like second-hand store haul, I suppose. I hope you enjoyed seeing what I got for the wedding. If you did, please leave a comment below, because I might have to get a couple more plates and stuff, like some table decorations or something. And if you like this kind of stuff, then obviously when I do buy more, I will share it with you guys. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. And yeah, I hope, as always, I hope that you are well, that you had a nice week. And yeah, I hope to see you in next week's vlog. Bye bye!